with Regardless Productions. We're going to kind of go back in history. We're going to go back to the year that Regardless Productions began, which that's a trivia question later. So there's trivia questions. So yeah, get ready. We got a pretty good lineup set up. We're going to go back, like I said, all the way back to the beginning. Talk about how Regardless Productions got started. Some big news that happened for them last year, and something big that's happening this year, like right now, that you can be a part of. And people know we're talking about Dark Red, the movie. Currently in pre-production right now. Jarrett Ledger, this guy right here, he wrote the film. And we'll get into all of that and more tonight. But first, I guess let me introduce Jarrett and have my notes here. And I was hoping, so David Carter was put here not to it. Something came up, he couldn't make it. But I was hoping to have both writers here tonight because I wanted to give you a hard time. When I sent the emails out for the show, I said, shoot me a quick little bio to have to introduce you with. You and David both, it was crickets. Tanya, just like that, got something back from her.
Oh, she did.
Prepared. She was prepared.
Of course, Tanya's prepared.
The two writers who should have no problem just banging something out, I got nothing from to the last minute.
Oh, okay, you did get. I was like, what?
The very last minute.
I had to think on this.
And so yeah, it was pretty funny. Let me get my notes going here.
Writer's busy writing other things.
yeah. We'll go with that. So Jarrett is where did my notes go? Here you are. This is what the writer sent, by the way. The Swiss Army knife of Regardless Productions, who went from the PA and the editor on Hollowscream to writer and art director of Dark Red. It's a pretty big step. Which
Hodgepodge.
Yeah, it is a hodgepodge. But that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Well, that's one of my questions is, what was the first movie or film or event that you were involved in that got you into filmmaking?
Oh, in general?
Yeah, in general.
I dropped out on my first day of community college film school to work in film. I was like, I don't want to sit in the desk for 4 more years. Just want to get hands on. So ended up working for a few sci-fi channel movies, and then
Oh, nice.
yeah, it was a company out of LA. I think it was called Bullet Films at the time. They kept changing it, and something happened. I think it was like the 3rd film we were on. The producer came, got real paranoid, was thinking that everybody who was local was about to go union, and so he just fired everyone who was local. It's like, oh, this is my introduction to the biz.
But you mean from New Orleans, you were okay though? You didn't get fired?
No, this was this is in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I got started, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna move to Austin, just make my own movies.
Yeah. And here you are now doing it.
Yeah, about 10 years later.
Yeah. So this is one of the things I was worried about trying to run the show, switch the cameras at the same time. But anyway,
Fix it in post.
Yeah. So that being said, you moved to Austin. That was another question that I wanted to ask everybody: is how did you meet Joe? How did you get involved with Regardless Productions?
I was in this small film community. It was called Uvolution, and the guy who ran it was a student of Tanya's. And then one night I'm editing my short film, and Ben was running it, and he's like, "Hey, I just got a text. They're making this feature film up in like Anderson High School, whatever. You want to work on it?" I was like, "Sure." So I logged out. I texted Tanya. I was like, "When do I need to be there?" She's like, 6 o'clock. Oh man, it's like 11. I shot home, went to sleep.
Yeah.
Got introduced to everybody. Didn't know Joe was the director. He was an actor. He was like, guess in a muscle shirt or something. He's like really casual, chatting with everybody, like nonchalant.
It sounds like Joe.
Yeah.
We'll get the helmet in a minute.
You're right. And he's like, and then we huddle up, and it's like, this is Joe's director. I was like, okay, cool. And I hadn't seen a director in ages, so it felt good to be on another set. You know.
Yeah.
It's cool just watching him go about it as a, grassroots indie filmmaker. Just kind of winging it. It brought me back to like old school filmmaking, like in high school, just like get it done. He's like, the name of my production company is called Regardless, because we do it regardless. Like, yes, this is my people.
So you give away some trivia there, like when the tagline.
My bad.
Thank you. You lose.
I'm
All
going.
right, 10 points. Yeah, because, well, so you get a phone call and, all of a sudden you're working on this thing. I met Joe because he was coaching our son's pop-corner football team.
Oh,
And I had done a short film, and somehow we got to talking about film stuff, and I showed it to him, and he liked it. He was working on a project at the time that would later on become the first Regardless Productions production. Yeah, which is pretty cool.
that's cool.
So now you've met Joe. You're in Austin. You're working in films. Where did Dark Red come from? How'd that happen? This is the origin of the film, ladies and gentlemen.
I know Joe conceived of it. Well, before we were in talks for like a year, maybe a year and a half, about what's our next script. We had meetings about it. Joe would like throw out some ideas. He read a script of mine. It was a detective story, and I had Joe in mind for one of the main actors. So like, this is cool. This is motivating. I'll spend a year writing this, and maybe he'll make it since he's in it. And I wrote it, he read it, and even I realized at the time this budget's too big. It's like $1 million budget. It's not gonna happen. So some time goes by. A few people read it. It's like, this is good. Like, this is a good script. It's a good story. He has some writing skills. And he texted me one day. He's like, I had this idea. I was like, okay, shoot. It's like, it's a detective story, so I figured you'd be interested in it. I don't know exactly what the text was, but it was along the lines like it's going to be in the theme of like Seven, like, and it was like dark crime drama, which I already was listening to a bunch of crime podcasts.
This is just coming off Hollow Scream. Another
Yeah, this is right after, right.
Suspenseful.
I already edited Hollow Scream, so we were already kind of like tight. So Joe would always throw me ideas, and so we ended up getting together, me, him, and Christian one night. We're having some whiskey, and he kind of pitches it again, and he's like, it's a movie with there's civil rights themes in it, motivations behind it, and it's funny because we have Christian who is well, I don't know what he did. He was just doing camera, I guess, running
on
camera.
Hollow Scream, he was steady. Yeah, he was cam.
Right. Okay.
Because I remember, I helped him get in and out of that harness.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran camera on Hollow Scream.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, ran camera, did a few things, but anyway, yeah, Joe pitched the idea again, and I raised my hand. I was like, I want to do it, and I realized Christian Shear is a black man. I'm a white guy. I raised my hand. I want to do a civil rights story, but I have the toolbox for it. I spent enough time in my younger days studying. I'm a weird kid. I was a weird kid, so I was studying civil rights, Holocaust, anything about.
In the 70s and 80s, we were all weird kids.
Yeah, exactly. Not me. I'm a 90s kid. So yeah, like I took the idea, ran with it, and decided, I have to do this. It's gonna be a delicate process to try to write it from my perspective.
Yeah.
But I'm from South Louisiana. There's a lot of social issues in South Louisiana, so I could dig myself into it, and I was really relieved when a lot of people of all colors loved it. Like,
Yeah.
This is a good script. Like, this is a good
But
story.
you
Let's
had
tell
a
it.
lot of insight and help from an actual detective. Too.
Yes, we did. Yeah, Joe, I think he employs her. She was a detective, former detective, right? And I think we had 3. But yeah, I have one phone call with her, but he told me a lot of insights she had, and it was amazing. It's like, this is like real life for her.
Yeah.
It was intense. So that was awesome. I got it kind of after. I was already like a 3/4 into the script, but after I went back, I was like, let's change all these things. Let's make it more accurate. So people that want to nitpick it, it's like, nope, we had a detective. So.
Well, okay, so I want to come back to Hollow Scream because I had a whole program outlined until some stuff fell apart.
Let's wing it.
So let's get to what people want to see. They want to see Regardless Productions videos. So we're going to cut to a little segue here, and we're going to look at the Hollow Scream trailer, and then we're going to show, which was David Carter, and then we're going to actually show one of his first short films as well, a short film called Final Cut, which was one of 3 short films that Regardless Productions did in one day several years back. Let's see, when was it? 2015. Shot 3 short films in one day, and this is one of those. And I wanted to show it because it's written by the same guy that wrote Hollow Scream. So we're going to see the Hollow Scream trailer, then we're going to watch Final Cut, and then we're going to watch one more called The Last One. So one of the first things that Regardless Productions really got into was we would do these 24-hour film races, and they're a blast if you've never done one. So basically, Friday night at like 9 o'clock, you get a theme, a prop, and an action. Or you get three things, usually some along that lines, and you have until 9 o'clock Saturday night to write, shoot, edit, whatever, and submit it. And then they do this across the country, and there's a festival with short films. We did a lot of those, and the last one was when it was really fun to do. It was kind of probably our first foray into action as well. So it's just a fun little short. So we're going to see if I can click over, and we will show you guys some actual Regardless Productions video.
Hey, what's your name? Chris. I'm Mark. This is my sister Natalie.
So yeah, see, I messed up. So I went back. Yeah, hang on a second. I apologize. I knew this was going to happen. Trying to do too many things at once. I said the Hollow Screen trailer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I skipped a block since we moved around. So now this should be the Hollow Screen trailer.
What do you want from me? I'm not a horror fan. Video games aren't my thing, and I just don't see where I fit.
Play the game.
It's not my thing.
Play one time. If you, a self-admitted non-horror fan, non-gamer, can have a thrill-a-minute experience, so can anyone.
You going somewhere?
I would have appreciated some advance notice of any accompanying guests.
Johnny's my breaking ball. If we like what we see, it's a home run. If not, whiff.
I'm not a fan of baseball either.
I'm also going to ask you to sign this non-disclosure agreement.
I sign them all the time. It's a bunch of legal jargon.
This is John. He's going to join us for this game as an observer.
Video games are becoming more and more realistic, Mr. Benjamin. This takes it to a whole new level.
Let's kill it.
Told you there's nobody out here. It is believed this individual poses no threat to our operations or goals. Having fun, John?
I'm getting used to this shit.
rest of us. There are other people in this world, you know. Like my boyfriend, Jack. Do you remember him? Do you remember him, Tara? You should. You killed him.
I've never killed anybody.
Oh, Lyra, you and your friends ran him over in the street. Tara.
It's Tara. What? Tara.
Tara McKinney.
Wait. You have the wrong house.
What?
Yeah. I'm Tara Maxwell. I live at 280 West Palmer. Tara McKinney lives at 288. It's like right down the street.
I have the wrong house? Oh, wow. This is really embarrassing.
We're always getting each other's mail.
You know, I thought I had you coming up the stairs. Do you do like Pilates or spin class?
I teach Zumba.
I have always wanted to Zumba.
No way. Okay, I have a new class starting this Tuesday.
Perfect. Oh my god. Your friends, they're dead.
Friends. We've rented this place together. We were supposed to take care of it together. But who ends up covering Renee when, as usual, she can't meet this month's rent? Me. And Matt, I can't tell you how many times I told him not to use my soy milk for his cereal. I don't care what color it turns his marshmallows. And this, typical Owen. He would always whine and complain he could never find anything. Well, no wonder! I mean, if you didn't kill them, I would have! Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I understand. Let me go take care of this, and then I'll come back and we can talk over a cup of coffee.
I'd like that.
Jill!
Okay. Let me show you out.
Again?
One p.m. Sharp. That's cute. Is it done?
Almost. There's just one left.
Was it 2012? Is that what that said?
Wow, that's when I moved to Austin.
Yeah, and those were fun little shorts. And that, the last one, I love that. Final Cut was just, again, one of 3 we shot in a day. But I did get ahead of myself, and this was going to happen trying to do all this. I skipped right past the question I asked you about the first thing you done was a setup, because I was going to show the trailer for In Front of You, which was the script that Joe was working on when I met him, which was one of the Regardless Productions' first actual productions under that banner. And so I wanted to show that, and then also show our first short film, the collection, which was our first 24-hour film race. So I kind of got ahead of myself. So I wanted to show some of Regardless Productions' first stuff. So I'm going to show you a trailer for In Front of You, which was written by Joe. And then I'm going to show you the collection, which again was a 24-hour film race, and shows you exactly why when you've been up 24 hours, everything sounds funny. So we're going to check those out, and then we'll come right back. Let me make sure I get this right. Okay, here we go.
Hey, what's your name? Chris. I'm Mark. This is my sister Natalie. Get off of me!
Get off her, asshole! I say, hold on, man. You need to chill out. This is my girl, all right?
His name is Chris. He's a childhood friend. I've loved him for years, but he just doesn't seem to notice.
Shut up, you ass. Look. Hi.
Can I get those notes?
Chapters 3 and 4, right?
How do I get a girl like that? You go talk to her, that's how.
Maybe if you can't support me in this, maybe we shouldn't be friends anymore. Because Jessica and I are going out. I wish you were more excited about us being together.
We can talk about it later.
When? Hello? What?
Get out of my apartment. You never want to see me. Get out! Natalie was the love you since the very first day she met you. Chris, I'm not a
Figure that light off.
You boys need a ride? So where are you guys from? And where are you going?
We're from Texas.
And we're headed wherever you want to take us, sweetheart.
Perfect. Hey guys. I hate to break it to you, but I think I'm out of gas.
It looks like we all need a ride now.
I don't know what to do. I don't think there's any gas stations around here.
There's something back there. I think I see a light.
Maybe they got a phone.
No answer.
Turn the doorknob.
It's unlocked. Should we go in?
Hell yeah.
Bad news, fellas. No phone here. I am so glad that I found you two poor guys walking all alone on that dark, scary road. You have made me so happy. You are exactly what I wanted. So, thank you for helping me complete my collection.
Okay, so had you ever seen that one?
No, I haven't
The
seen
collection?
it. No.
Okay, so you recognize Nicole there at the end.
Right.
It'll be Nicole. It shows you how long ago this was. But also, she was just supposed to walk in and stand there. That was like this to make it even weirder that this lady was collecting people.
Mhm.
But then when Nicole comes in, does this little
Yeah, there's like cock.
this approving nod. It put a whole spin on the entire list. Wait a minute, was this little
Yeah,
kid?
she was. She was in on it. She's running the
So
show.
yeah, that was that was all Nicole. That little tweak she did there, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I want to bring us back to why we're here tonight as well, again, which is of course Dark Red, which is the second feature film to go in production by Regardless Productions, and filming begins
July.
July 8th.
think, yeah.
Yeah, July 8th through the 1st. So that's right around the corner. And that, so it's kind of why we're here tonight. We wanted to see if we could ask you guys for a little bit of help. Making films is not a cheap endeavor, would you say?
No.
It can cost a few dollars. Some of these little shorts you saw us do, you know, you can get by on those pretty cheap. But moving into feature films and starting to make noise, it does cost some money.
Yeah.
And while the film will happen, your donations would be greatly appreciated. And if you would like to donate to the Dark Red production, please go to regardlessproductions.com/live, and there's a donate button there. There's also one on the darkredmovie.com/live, a donate button there as well. We appreciate anything you can give, and it will go to making the movie better.
Yeah.
Which, tell us a little bit about the film. What's the synopsis of the movie? Can you get? Of course, we can't give away a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's got a few layers. I guess the main premise is, everyone in a small town is shaken up by these gruesome murders, and the way they're laid out. It's making these, seasoned detectives even like scratch their head. It's something different, and we're just thrown into this world. I don't know. I don't want to give out too much. It's going to be intense. There's a lot of intensity. There's a lot of hard-hitting drama.
Yeah.
Real human drama. You're really trying to explore what it's like to be a cop from different angles. That was pretty cool and different.
Yeah.
And it's just going to look amazing. I mean, I've gotten to see a few of the set pieces. I'm like, it's going to be good.
Yeah. So you're also the production designer.
Yes.
On the film, so you have a great insight into how the film will look.
Yeah, absolutely. And Gina with the makeup.
Right.
Yeah. Both of us working together. It's gonna take it to the next level, which is why we need money, because the more money we have, the more texture we can add to it.
Yeah.
Really make it more colorful.
And of course, it does shoot here locally. And one of the things that Regardless has always been kind of proud of is we strive to hire local when we can. Of course, we do have some actors coming up from out of town, but sometimes it just kind of is what it is. But we do strive for local growth and empowerment. And as part of that, they're shooting all over town. What are some of the locations we're going to be hitting during this?
I know for sure a lot in Buda. We'll be up here. This is Round Rock.
Austin,
Austin area. Yeah. I'm not sure where else. I think we're going to be in. Is it
We'll be out in Blanco County.
Blanco for sure.
Yeah, Wimberley.
And Bastrop.
Austin, Buda, Bastrop, Round Rock, and I don't know if that's even the full list, but bringing some what we can into the community. So that's pretty cool. And do you have all the extras you need, or is that still kind of a thing?
We can always use more extras. Yeah. Because some people are going to fall off. Some people, may not be able to make it. And also we have like our police station, so like the more the better, just kind of give it some more life. Yeah.
Cool. And let's see. So that led me into some trivia, and we may have already given it away.
My bad.
No, I think it was me actually. I was going to say, what was the year Regardless Productions was officially founded?
Oh, I actually don't know.
Well, I was hoping we had more people here.
Dave, would you like to take it?
Yeah, we had prepared for a couple more.
Dave came on late as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was 2009. That's when
okay.
we came together as an actual Regardless Productions team. We had done, I think, one or two before that kind of mess around, but 2009 was Joe's official Regardless Productions start.
That's cool. That's when I got started in film, actually. My first movie.
2009.
Yeah, 2009. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which that was the other one I had. Some trivia question is, what was the first production under the Regardless Productions banner? I think I gave that away a while ago with In Front of You.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the collection for some reason.
The collection was the first film race that we did.
Okay.
And then In Front of You was the first Regardless Productions. Yeah. Okay, so now that we're back into Dark Red, I'm going to skip around again on my own now, since we're changing things up on the fly. And we're talking about Dark Red again. We recently had a table read, and I think you had most of the cast there.
A good bit, yeah.
If not via Zoom, virtually.
The major players for the most part were there, which is good.
So has the official cast been announced yet? Can we make it?
I don't think yet.
I don't want to get in trouble with Joe.
Not yet. Moving things around. Yeah.
Well, I kind of had pre-email verification to play this clip. I did receive a clip of the table read itself.
Oh, awesome.
That Tanya had created, and I was hoping she could be here tonight as well, unless she got caught up. But I was hoping she could introduce it and talk more about it, because unfortunately I could not be there. But we did get a clip of the table read. So I thought, since we're talking about Dark Red again, and just to show you guys that this production is happening, that we could still use your help if you feel like donating. Just wanted to give you this little inside treat from that table read. And then from there, I've got us going into our first special screening. Okay, yeah, so this is one that I think a few people may have seen it in a festival or two, but it hasn't been really seen outside of that very limited screen. It was called On the Bridge, and it was the first short I think that I was really heavily involved in. It was written by a gentleman named Mason Rowe, and he wrote it during a creative writing class. Then I converted it to a screenplay and then pitched it to Joe, and Joe actually directed it. It's called On the Bridge. Strong content warning. There's a lot of foul language in this short film, so if you have kids with you right now, you might want to skip this when they're turning the volume down, because heads up. So we're going to take a quick look at that temporary footage, and then we'll go into On the Bridge, and then we'll see you back on the other side. Enjoy.
Yeah, he's such a good guy. I know it. Oh, and David Carter will be reading all of the narrative. Yes, sir. I do not. I gave it to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. Let's go ahead and begin. The Dark Red table read.
All right, Dark Red by Jarrett Ledger. Based on a premise by Joe, what is that, Courageous? All right.
Close.
Exterior, field, dawn. Dark blue sky backdrop to violent orange flames ripping away from a smoldering car. Deep black smoke billows over a nearby forest. Later, sun is higher above the field and smoking charred car. Detective Rebecca Taylor, late 30s, deep thinker, enthusiastic about her life's work, scans the crime scene. Next to the car is a bucket.
you can have the fucking clutch, but the cash in the purse stay with me. Get to fucking work. Richard, hurry up and make this fucking guy come. Ready to get on the goddamn road.
Girl, shit. Shit. Girl, you got some good ass pussy shit. Oh, man. Boy, you remind me of Sarah Jane back in the day, girl. I mean, she used to do that same thing with her lips, girl. You just, woo. Woo. So, we on for next week?
No. I'm through with this shit.
Stop playing, girl.
Look!
What?
I'm done, okay? I'm fucking leaving town.
Girl, next week you're gonna be right back here in the same room.
Fuck
same
you,
bed.
okay? How about
Ain't going
no,
nowhere. Stop
fuck
playing
you!
with that shit.
Stop! Okay, how about I tell your wife about her late nights?
See,
Okay?
that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of
No.
shit that's gonna get your ass in trouble. All that wife shit. See, you know, I done paid you good money. I always pay your ass good money. And every time you come over, you got that same little mouth going. Let me try to walk out when I'm talking to you, girl.
Well, it's about goddamn time. Fucking long.
Hey, man. You keep a muzzle on that bitch. That motherfucker got a fly ass mouth, and I'm sick of that shit, homeboy. It stops tonight. That mouth is getting a little bit too much for me.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, boy, with a gun.
Fucking step off, bitch. God damn, what did you do? Get the fuck out of here. Shit, woman. I'm gonna follow you everywhere. The fuck you mean done? You are not fucking done.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Damn it, Gina! The fuck? Just work for a few more fucking months, okay? We have extra cash, then we can go wherever the fuck you want.
What do you mean, let's work? Okay, it's my ass that's out there, not yours. I'm on the streets. I'm the freaking scum of society. I'm still trying to figure out what it is you do. You know, besides fuck me and take my money.
Bitch! Shit, Gina, I'm sorry. Baby, come here, you alright? You see what you made me do to you? Look, come here, you alright? Come here, you okay?
Fuck you.
Gina, come on. Fuck. Gina! Gina! Gina, where you at? Gina, what the fuck are you doing? Get your ass back in the car right now or you're gonna get it again.
I'm gonna jump, Larry. I'm tired of this shit, God. I wish I never met you.
Look, you're fucking upset. I get it, okay? I understand. But right now, you gotta get back in this car. I'll fucking drive, okay? Drive us all the way to motherfucking Oregon if that's what you want. But get your ass back in the car.
I can't do this anymore, okay? I hate myself. Every day, every night, God, every fucking minute. All I can think about is the shame that I've caused my parents. I don't want my children to know me like this. I don't want them to know that their mother was a fucking whore.
Shut the fuck up already. Look, the purse is gonna throw you off balance. So give me the fucking purse, okay? And you stay out there all fucking night long and we'll talk this shit out. But just give me the bag. Come on.
God, no! What the fuck do you not understand? Fucking can't do this shit anymore. I don't want my baby to, God, live a life like this. I don't want to fucking live a life.
Pregnant? If you are, it's okay. We can fix it, but you gotta get back in the car. Okay? You gotta give me the purse, you gotta get back in the car, we'll get it taken care of.
This isn't how I wanted it, Larry. I wanted to get married, have a family. I'm 20 years old. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Why don't you love me?
God damn it, I do fucking love you, okay? But you gotta get back in the car. Give me the bag, let's get back in the car and we'll go.
I think I should jump. God. It's never gonna get any better. You're never gonna marry me, Larry. I'm never gonna be happy. God. My life is a joke. It's a cruel, sick, I should have never been born joke. Larry, help me!
Hang on!
Help! Please, help!
Here, give me this. You're gonna fall from this. Let go of it. Let go of it. You're gonna fall. It's gonna make you flip.
Help! Help!
Gina.
Hey, Ginger. What are you doing? How about I swing by and pick you up?
So, I've only seen that movie in public with other people one other time. Did not get the reaction that
Like, drop it, yo. That's not good.
Yeah, so the guy, he's a jerk, obviously. Yeah. He's sort of pecking up over watching it. It's pretty funny. Yeah, the guy's a sleazeball. So, a few things about that short though. Shayla Vergara, the young lady there, she ended up coming on later on when we did the first web series, Hero by Faith. She was in that one. And all that paper money to the purse, of course you could tell we printed movie money. I actually was an extra on Friday Night Lights when it was on, and it was a club scene, and they had all this film money, and of course they want you to give it back. Well, should I be saying this live?
Yeah, whatever.
They got canceled. They wanted to give it back at the end of the night, but I kept like 3 or 4 of the bills.
Oh, nice.
So we made photocopies of that and just stuff that.
That's brilliant.
You
still have it? The money?
Oh goodness, I don't think so.
It's
No,
a souvenir.
I don't think I do. I have some souvenirs, at least 1 or 2 from Hero by Faith. Great segue, thank you. Hero by Faith was the first web series that Regardless Productions had done. It was a series I had written. We did 10 episodes in what we called season 1. There was an idea for season. Actually, I wrote season 2 at one point, but we could never get into production. That season 2 later became a feature script that got rewrote, as you know, 1,001 times. And then we actually you came on board. We had 7 meetings on that Hero by Faith feature, and we just couldn't get there. Again, sometimes it comes down to money. A great segue. Dark Red. The reason why we're doing this tonight is, of course, to have fun and hang out, but we are asking for your generous donations to help us produce this movie, because it's not cheap. We talked about production. The credits on the short film with 2 people. You're right, it's a lot of names, because the bridge she's hanging off of is supposed to be the Austin 360 bridge, the landmark bridge everyone knows. But I think it was Monique Spaller built out a mock-up of the side of that bridge.
Okay.
So when she's hanging off and she's hung on those rails, that's anyone who knows Austin, it clicks pretty good, especially watching it again now. If you don't know Austin and that bridge, it might not translate very well because it was dark. I mean, we're shooting.
It has long cables, right?
Yeah, and we did shoot on location at that bridge. It was just pitch black out there at night. So that was fun.
That's cool. I mean, that's the most fun about the art department, just working artists, figuring out ways to trick, make an illusion. Yeah. Exactly,
and all those tricks and those little effects cost money. You can do some stuff with digital effects these days, but the eye knows.
Right. Yeah, I prefer practical for sure. So. Even with writing Dark Red as the art director, already knowing, okay, what can we do? How can we make this interesting on a low budget? That was terrified. This Dark Red would never get made. So it was like, I don't understand budget, but I tried to keep it minimum as possible.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot too when I would write. I would think budget while I wrote, and then at one point I remember I think Joe said something to me like, write without a budget. Dream big, then scale it down.
He told me that in the first detective movie I wrote, I was like, what should I do? He's like, yeah, do that. Like, just write it, $1 million budget, whatever, and then we can scale. But after that one failed, I was like, okay, but now I have an idea of what a detective story would be, and I just tried to condense it.
Yeah, and having an actual detective on your side during this process too must have been great.
I think we have a special guest here, unless it's your son.
No, his shit is over. I think we might have another guest joining us. Let's see if someone comes around the corner. If we do, actually, what we'll do is we'll go into my next question for you, Jarrett. Because we just talked about Hero by Faith. Right. So I'm going to ask Jarrett the question. And then, okay, so what is your favorite movie?
I hate that question. Okay, I don't have favorites, but
Overall,
I do.
so-
I would say if it comes on TV, I always finish it. Is Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey about Andy Kaufman.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. This is a brilliant movie.
Mine's The Princess Bride.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Like
Yeah, that's
best
good.
overall movie, Princess Bride. I asked that question because I wanted to show Unchanged, which is a short film we did again in 24 hours, and it has always been my favorite Regardless Productions short. I just something about this little short one to me always was just my favorite. So I'm going to show you the Hero by Faith trailer. We talked about that for a minute, and then I'm going to show you Unchanged. And when we come back, I have another special guest with us. So let me see if I can do this again.
What did it get me? Nothing. Derek.
Who are you?
Nancy! Tell me where he is.
I'm afraid you'll never walk again.
Tell me why.
I don't deserve to be healed.
Don't dismiss the power of prayer and faith.
And what did it get me? Nothing.
Father Rojas gave me something to do.
You die.
Breathe. Come on. Breathe. Come on. Breathe.
No! The pool's not ready yet. I need to clean it. Sorry.
Stop it. No.
No! The pool's not ready. I need to clean it. Wait! Just go to your room.
Why?
Just go to your room. No matter how many times I traveled back, I couldn't save her. Every time she died, every time I failed, I just wanted to end.
We have Tanya with us. Tanya showed up. So glad that you could be here tonight. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
I know it's been a crazy time for all of us, and especially with pre-production ongoing. And I've warned you the questions. I was going to hit you with a few questions.
You already hit me.
I'm going to hit you.
Alright.
And knowing you're a teacher, I figured this would be an easy one for you. What is the square root of pi to the 15th power?
2. The answer is always 2. It's always 2 or C. The answer.
Oh, so it was B.
No.
No
C.
wonder
I always skip C too.
Did you graduate?
School of Hard Knocks. We just watched him as a pimp.
Oh.
School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, we watched On the Bridge. Yeah, that was a unique role for me.
He's got skills.
Oh, okay.
You missed it.
I'm just saying. I mean, Joe, are you listening? bringing up Joe again, we've been talking about Joe a lot tonight. Joe, of course, and Monique are the owners of Regardless Productions, and they're fantastic people, and they wanted to be here, but they couldn't. They had other plans this weekend. But we've already discussed our story, but how did you meet Joe and get involved with Regardless?
Wow, that story is unforgettable. So unforgettable, I forgot. No, really, I think we met at a screening at Mexicarte. I think I was screening a short film that I desperately needed sound design for, and I screened it anyway, and I came up to Joe. This is what he says, and I'm going to tell what his version of the story is. I don't remember really saying these things, but he was like, Tanya, you pointed at me and you said, we're going to work together, and then you left. And I was like, okay, I guess I did. So I guess I did say those things, and then here we are working together still. So I guess I just pointed at Joe. He was also screening some work at that screening, and then, yeah, we started working together.
Well, and I kind of buried the lead with you a little bit here, because I mentioned earlier how I asked you and both writers to send me a short bio, and you were the only one that sent me anything. The two writers could not. But you are a filmmaker and media educator, born and raised in Nicaragua, and you have two pretty amazing credits here to your name. And I think I got some picture grading. Hawkla, which was the winner of the Texas Archive of the Moving Image Best Hecho in Texas Award. I hope I said that correctly. And then your other one, Even with Nails, official selection documentary film at Cannes.
I pressed record is what happened, and I made some movies.
Well, you made some pretty powerful and impactful movies.
Thank you.
That's quite an achievement. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And how lucky is Joe to have actually had you point at him and picked him out of the crowd?
Right? It's what I say. Yeah, I just pointed at him, and I was like, "Yeah, let's go, Joe."
You gotta be a star, kid.
I know, right? I pulled a fast one.
Yeah. Well, we're all the better for it. Thank you. We're glad you're here. And so, again, we're talking about Dark Red tonight. What is your role in this movie?
Well, first, let me point out that we did not color coordinate the dark red shirts. Jared just copied me.
Official uniforms.
Total official uniform now that we have like black pants and dark red shirts. But I am the director of photography on Dark Red. I'm very fortunate to step into that role because I'm usually kind of doing managerial things, and this time around I wanted to push myself to do something different. But also as a statement, right? Because we often, here we go, here's my feminist rant. But we often think that women don't step into these technical roles because they don't have the skills to do it. I don't know it all, but I'm willing to step in, right? And to do what I've always been doing, which is making movies and building communities and you know, building a network of people who can make a movie. So to me, it was really important to step into a technical role this time around, and I'm very fortunate that Joe gave me the opportunity to step in as director of photography, and Jared here has written a wonderful script that I think is going to be compelling, interesting, very much in tune with the kind of shows that I watch. I think we're constantly texting. Did you see this?
Y'all do think a lot.
It is like, did you watch that scene? You know, it's like we really do go back and forth even before the script. So I'm really hoping that I'll do the image some justice, you know, behind the camera, and not so much doing the managerial things behind the scenes. But yeah, so my goal with this is to also put together an AC team with some young women who I can train and hopefully inspire to be to take on some more technical roles in the future. So
awesome.
That is my goal.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, you know, make a movie and stuff is also the goal.
We'll get there.
But there's an agenda.
The earrings.
Yeah, the earrings. Handcrafted, handmade, local artist, Ken Rogers, who happens to be the AV production teacher at McCallum High School. He's incredible with anything, woodwork, just wood jewelry and everything. I mean, he's just an incredible talent. And I asked him to make some earrings for me and gave him the design, and he made them. So they are film strips, actually made out of wood. So,
You painted them?
yeah,
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
total magic.
Nice. It's hard to paint straight lines, that's why
Maybe
I don't
you
do
can't-
straight lines or
you
squiggles.
can't paint straight
Oh,
He can write, but he can't paint a straight line, is what's going on here.
I try to stay away from it. Give me a ruler.
For sure.
Are we good on audio with Tanya? Does no one complain yet?
Yeah, I think we're okay.
Cool.
I can whisper some more if you want.
So one of the other questions I had been asking, we had just asked before you got here, was your favorite movie, because that's such an easy question to answer. So don't get like the best overall. Like for example, my favorite overall is The Princess Bride. It has everything.
The way I put it was, what movie that comes on TV that you just start watching and you can't stop? You always watch it.
Wow, you just dated yourself because nobody watches,
Yeah, whatever.
nobody watches movies on TV right now.
Wait, am I behind?
Yeah, you're
I have
totally.
a big box TV.
Dude, you gotta ask, like, which one would
Can you play
watch on
movies
your
on
cell
here?
phone? Yes.
You can?
That box right there.
Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
We tried repeatedly.
You know, that's a hard question, Scott,
It
because in addition to being a filmmaker, I'm a film teacher, I'm a media educator, so I have a lot of favorite films. I will go back to the film that, like, started it all for me, because this was, like, the film that I was like, wow, I want to learn how to make this craft. Maximum Overdrive, Stephen King. That film, when I watched it, I just thought this was, to me, like, it had a little bit of everything. It had the story, obviously, it had that kind of magical realism, it had the characters, it had the town, and of course Stephen King is just a master of his craft. And I still get haunted by the face of that truck with the goblin.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
that's
like
so
nightmares,
funny.
right?
That's my memories too.
I mean, and that's what's the beauty about cinema. It's like those nightmares are really pleasurable, right? Like we love to dream about these things that traumatize
That's
us.
where we go to escape.
Right. And so, yeah, so I would have to say it's not my favorite movie, but it's definitely the most memorable for me because it was the one film that really threw me into the lake.
Do you remember what year?
Swim. 1987, maybe?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I remember
was
watching that
not
too.
born.
On TV. I watched it on TV.
Yeah, well, you watched, yeah, so did I, actually. And because I was in a different, I was born in a different country, so it was dubbed. So I had no idea, I don't know what those characters sound like in
Yeah,
English.
they probably
and
didn't say the same things.
They did not.
Different
They
plot.
had a Spanish accent.
It was a soap
from
opera.
Spain. We got, yeah, some close-ups and
That's great. I would have never thought you'd pick that one.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
it's
surprise,
very memorable.
right?
You're right
It's a
about the
surprise
face.
selection,
Yeah.
Yeah. I have others. I mean, give me a genre and
only
I'll
watch
pick.
Well,
that
that's what I'm
movie.
saying. That's why I want to get you specific. Because, yeah, you can say favorite action, favorite comedy, favorite rom-com.
Exactly.
But it's interesting. I think we both gave answers we probably would have never given if we had time to think about it.
I don't know. Well, you're right. There's a
But that
couple
might be
others
the
that
most true. Was like, I was the Man on the Moon. It's like that might be my favorite movie. I don't know.
That is a great film.
I hated that film.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
And the boxing match,
No,
pay per
it's
view. You could pay for
Jim
that.
Carrey. I mean, how can
Yeah.
you go wrong?
Dress like siblings, you act like siblings. I'm not sure.
It's possible. My dad visited Nicaragua at one point.
Did he?
Yeah.
What part of Nicaragua? Let's really test the knowledge
South.
here.
wasn't traveling.
South, like Costa Rica, Nicaragua, or actually?
Where's the beach?
Which one? Which beach do you want?
Anyway, okay.
Yes, we're making a movie. This is true.
So, we did have one more kind of special screening tonight, and also we talked about Joe a lot, especially when we're behind the scenes here. We talk about him even more. But I did get a video clip in from Joe that we can share. He wasn't able to be here, but he did send us a video. I'll show you guys, and then I want to show y'all The Pickup, which is another one that it did a little bit of a festival run, but no one's ever really seen that one either. And so it's kind of another special screening because we've always had it offline and kind of locked away for one reason or another. So I'm going to show y'all the clip from Joe, and then we're going to watch The Pickup and talk more about Dark Red. So let me. Here we go. That's not it.
It's actually
transition.
I lost it.
Oh, here you go.
Transition. Right.
I made too many changes.
It's all right. We understand, Scott. We got you.
Good evening, everyone. Joe Barajas here, the director of Dark Red. I wish I could be there in person live next to Scott and company, but unfortunately my schedule didn't allow it. So I wanted to take this time to thank you all for joining the virtual Regardless Productions movie night. It's a blast from the past to see all of the work that we've done over the last 10 to 12 years. You know, some of you have seen it, many haven't, these shorts, and I hope you're enjoying it. It's basically led to us getting ready for this nice large production called Dark Red, the movie. And as you all may know, that hidden costs come up whenever you're doing a film. And while we will do Dark Red, we could use some help for some of the hidden costs. So I want to thank you for joining us during this virtual night. And I want to thank you for considering donating to this fundraiser. Also want to thank you if you're going to share the news about us doing the fundraisers. So thank you all for coming on out, showing your support, and you know, the Dark Red cast, crew, and family, they thank you too. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the night. Have a good evening.
Seatbelt.
we're late.
I know.
You know. That's it? That's all I get?
I was late. I'm sorry. I didn't plan it. It just kind of happened that way. I'm sorry. I just...
Mrs. Oswald?
Where's my daughter?
I'm afraid she was killed on impact. Please turn around and put your hands behind your back. Allison Oswald?
So what do we do now? Do you think we can make this work?
I don't know.
Are you willing to try? You know I never meant for any of this to happen. You know I would have never willingly put anyone in harm's way.
But you did. You knew you were drunk when you left that party. You knew it when you strapped in our kid in the car. And you know you should have called me. Why didn't you call me?
Sorry. I miss her so much. I loved her so much. I love you and I can't lose you too.
Thought you might want this.
So that was the pickup. That was. Make sure. I had mentioned earlier we shot 3 short films in one day. We saw Final Cut, which was one of them, and the pickup was the other one that we shot in one day. And fun little fact for you: Lacey Hernandez, the young lady there, had a cameo in all 3 of them, and all 3 of them she died. She was a great lady. She was a great sport about the whole thing. Yeah. So we talked about while this was playing. You asked the question about the camera that we used, and that was back in 2015 when we shot that. And of course, I have no idea. But that brings up a good point about how far Regardless has come with their productions and the value that they put into these films. You know, starting with little handheld camcorders to, I think we had a Sony at one point that Joe had got, to now. What do we have for Dark Red? What are we using?
We are filming on a fabulous red Nimodo Komodo.
Okay, let me get a close up. Say it again. Say it again.
Take 2.
Take 2. You know, Scott, we here in Austin, we make cinema organically, and we do what we got to do to make movies. And I mean, it's a testament to Regardless that, you know, you've made movies regardless with whatever equipment we've had available, and over the years you can see the progress, and you can see kind of the growth of the company, but also the craft and the talent that's been involved in Regardless Productions. And this time around with Dark Red, we're filming on what we like to call the red Nimodo Komodo, which is obviously, you know, in Hollywood, big Hollywood productions, it's a B-cam. Right? But, you know, again, we grow cinema here organically in Austin, and to be filming on this camera, I think we might even be the first feature in Texas shot on the Komodo, awesome. Which is really, really exciting. Yeah. And again, very much a privilege for me to be in that space and to have the opportunity to be a director of photography using that camera. But, you know, one of the reasons why we're doing this is because we want to raise money to have a good production, to have a successful production, knowing that we have good quality equipment available. But, you know, we also want to make sure that we have access to some resources as well. So we're doing this not just because we're shooting with a great camera, but also because we do need the support and the network and the people to support us along this adventure.
Because the camera is just one component of a million that are needed on a film set.
Absolutely.
The whole budget is the camera.
Yeah. That's not far from the truth.
Talking about budget, you talked earlier about our first jobs in film. You know, one of ours was as a PA, and I remember one time I worked as a PA on a shoot that Google did, and they had me running. And so even if it was just to get batteries, I mean, all that stuff costs money and goes into the production. We talk about the camera, that's, you know, for behind the scenes geeks, that's where we gravitate to. But, you know, the walkies that we had to wear, they need batteries, and food, water has to come to set, and just move that light. We know how it goes.
Yeah.
On a set.
A lot of hands involved in that one shot, you
Yeah.
know. So everybody's got a part, and the support is needed.
It is, and it's a testament to, again, to Joe and Monique. You talked about growing things organically. One of the things about Joe, I think, that draws people in is that when you work on one of his sets, you're family. That's going to say the F word here. And
oh my goodness! Wait, hold on. Let's pause on that. Scott just said the F word.
The F word.
Oh, you should have heard earlier as a pimp. He played a pimp.
What?
A foul-mouthed smoking pimp. Dude, my next movie, he's the lead for sure.
Oh my goodness! I've seen the F word family.
Flattery gets you everywhere. I lost my train of thought. I don't even know where I was going now.
Family, Scott. We are family.
Familia.
You know, we've been talking about Regardless tonight, but you know, when we first started, it was 5 or 6 of us, and now the Regardless family, and they will all agree, has just grown by leaps and bounds. In fact, another trivia question for you to kind of go with some stuff that Regardless has done. Yes, Tanya, we had trivia.
Oh
while
my
you weren't here.
goodness! I would have lost. Thankfully,
Okay.
I wasn't here. I'm a winner.
Here we go. What actor that starred in a Regardless Productions web series then went on to appear in an episode of HBO's Westworld and then stood on stage at the Academy Awards when his film won Best Picture.
Oh, I know.
Name that actor.
Buzz? I'll let you go first this time.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Because I was going to probably recut some of this web series. I think it too is short.
That's so fair then.
Yeah, it's no fair.
Do we have anybody on Facebook? Do you want to know the answer?
Did you watch Bird Box?
I did.
She's not going to get it.
I did, but I don't
Try
know,
and give
I
her
don't know
hints.
people's names.
Okay, Trevante Rhodes.
Okay.
Yeah, Moonlight won Best Picture. I forget what year it was, but he starred in what web series? Well, you know, again, you know.
No, you can't ask me.
Joseph and Sean. It was the second web series that regardless.
We have incriminating evidence of him with a shake weight. It's awesome.
Well, it's just it's really
That's
cool.
funny.
You know, we've worked with several people that have since moved on to Hollywood to make it a full-time career, and I think I wear it, and I'm pretty sure I say Joe wears it as a badge of honor to know that we've helped people in some small way on their journey.
Yeah, because after Hollow Scream, I remember, like, I guess there was so many people, a lot of newcomers to it, that after that, so many people from that project were asking me to go on their project, and I ended up in, like, New Mexico's and White Sands, like, everywhere, just like,
yeah.
So, like, one project does always kind of branch out, and that's always cool. It
Yeah.
becomes an extended family.
It sure does.
Because I met Joe Lee was doing photography on there, and then later on he asked me if I want to do a day on Fear the Walking Dead. I was like, okay, cool, let's go do that. So you never know. Jump on a movie, you might end up on Fear the Walking Dead.
Well, that's one of the great things about filmmaking that I always enjoyed, or what I say enjoyed. Of course, the family atmosphere on set, but the fact that everyone's there for a common goal with a common purpose. I work at a day job in the corporate world, and there's bickering sometimes, but on a film set, there are arguments over whatever direction they go, but it's all because it's for the betterment of the picture. And those arguments aren't personal. And at the end of the night, people go out and hang out, and we all become friends. I mean, I met you on Hollow Scream, and you know, proud to call you your friend today. Have you in my home? So
Yeah, I'm not friends with this guy though.
well,
We like.
I'm a
just
rookie.
can't.
I'm new. I gotta earn my stripes.
Yeah. It's just one of the great things about Regardless Productions and the way Joe and Monique have nurtured that environment.
No, absolutely, and I think that that's a unique space because, you know, working in other productions, it's always like so impersonal. You know, you walk in, you do your job, and then you walk off. There's really no sense of like belonging. And when you're in a Regardless Productions production, you are part of that family. You really are, and you become it. And so when there's a project going on, you know, we just try to reach out and involve everybody and welcome everybody on set. And I think that that's, you know, I'll reiterate the fact that, you know, Regardless Productions is a game changer. We are aiming to do something different with every project. And I'll reiterate again that we do aim to have an all-female AC camera team to just try to make a statement about women behind technical roles and try to encourage that as much as possible. And I really love, you know, Joe and Monique, just their vision for the company, for productions here in Texas, and I really admire the fact that they want to build a network that is not just, you know, having a database of people who can do the job, but people who can actually, you can have a conversation offset and just, you know, go and have lunch with and just, you know, get to know each other, which is not Hollywood.
No.
You know, it's not. And
the Third Coast, right? You play the call.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's about to be though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cali's moving
Slowly
here.
terraforming us. Yeah.
we have really bad weather in Texas.
Right.
Don't come
Yeah,
here.
right. We
Get
were
out.
here first.
Well, it's easy to say that, but I wasn't born in Austin either.
Yeah, me neither.
So you can come visit, just don't stay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks so much for being here. It was really cool going back and looking at some of this old stuff. And you know, check out regardlessproductions.com. There's links on there to some of our work. There's even more, I think, on YouTube. All the old spec commercials that we used to do. It's kind of how we started growing stuff as we went, doing these little commercial contests. So those are all on YouTube as well. Yeah, if you can donate, again, regardlessproductions.com/live. There's a button there. Also on darkredmovie.com/live. the button there. If you could consider it, we'd appreciate it. Thank y'all for being here tonight.
Thanks for
This
having
was
us.
fun. I hope y'all enjoyed some of their clips. Again, we saw 2 films that no one has seen. So you guys got the inside scoop. Thank you so much. Any last words before I click us away?
Wish us a lot of luck.
Pray
July.
for us.
Pray for us.
No, but really, I mean, support us. Even if it's, you know, of course, we do want you to donate and help us grow this film and make it happen, and create this vision, make it come alive. But just support us, spread the word, talk about the film, you know, just comment and tell people that it's gonna be happening, right? So support us in that way, word of mouth.
You've been a much better host than me.
Well, you
I'm
know,
just saying.
I'm just, you know, I'll also say it in Spanish. Danos tu dinero. Yeah? Okay, all right. I said it in Spanish, now you're bilingual. We're ahead.
We got it.
Again, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you around. Support us if you can. Thank you. Oh.